Now I'm going to do, these are, you know, to refill my stock. I've given away a lot of rocks and haven't replaced them. So, and I put this on here to remind me that I like that color, and I do. It's this odd kind of, I'd call it slate blue, probably. All right. To be honest, I didn't really want to use it on these, but since I've got it out, I will. I am going to do these next 4 just basic abstracts. And later on today, when I'm not live streaming, I'm going to clean off some more larger rocks. How do I want to do this? Let's do a little triangle here. I'm going to do these, I do these basically the same way that I do, oh, what did I do with it? My bookmarks. I guess I gave it away already. I don't have one with me. But if you want to see those, I've got live streams and all sorts of images and videos of those. I've got some here on YouTube and some on my TikTok. I basically just use a few social media now. I got off of all of Meta, all of it. And I got off of Twitter some time ago. I didn't close the account down then. But, ooh, and I'm going to do a nice little circle right here. I'm priming this. Oh, good. There we go. We got some paint coming out of it. These are the old style pens that you have to prime. You have to shake them, okay, so that the paint mixes inside of there, because it's not, I don't know, what would you use the word, homogenized? And then you have to kind of pound it to bring the ink down. Now, I want it to go back in. Well, that's interesting. Must be leaking inside the little. You're supposed to store these point down, but, excuse me, no, wrong. Side, on their sides, which is basically what I'm doing. But I had them pointed up for the longest time. I didn't know that. But anyway, welcome. And these are small. They shouldn't take long. These aren't real fancy. These are just real quick ones. I need to get some stock up. I have no idea, but I do know I want a turquoise with that. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of, I keep having to count them for some reason, because I got a couple of new sets. Little ones, honestly, little ones. Oh, he fell on the ground. That's the one that fell on the ground. Shoot. Well, I'm just going to have to take my chances here then. These, actually, the little dot is kind of close. Okay, to the actual color. That's very rare. I love this color. You know what I'm going to do? I think on this one, I so rarely do some, oh, look at that. These are great. When they're new, woo, everybody's using the term juicy. Well, they are juicy. You know, look at that color. I love that color. Oh. Now, I think what I'm going to do is cut you in half right there and right there. Now, you're not quite like that. There. I'm going to put you, oops, I'm going to have to do him over again. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to exaggerate that a little bit more and put another circle in there. Oh, love these when they're fresh like this. When they get old and start to dry. The thing is that you can't throw them away if they still have paint in them. So you kind of have to suffer through those last stages of the pen. And do something with them. Well, what did I do that for? I wasn't done. See? Not awake. I'm sorry. Oh no, okay. There's a delay on all of these. In any kind of broadcasting there is, oh, trust me, you may not know it or think it or believe it, but there is always a delay, usually about 5 seconds. Ooh, I know what I want to do with this one. Okay, I'm going to start it this way. This is going to be kind of pop-arty looking. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, wish I'd done more like this. Ooh, I like that. So I was looking to see, I have my other phone over here so I can watch and make sure that you can see what I'm doing so that the view doesn't slide, the phone doesn't slip or something. And I was looking at it, my hand was sit there for quite a while. And literally I wasn't moving it. I thought maybe the screen had frozen. I need to do something interesting with this. I'm not, that's not ASMR, that's me thinking. Ooh, look at the colors on my nails. Ooh, those are pretty. That's a little dark for that, but I'm going to get that second color out and use it. So this is the turquoise. Oh, that's exactly the color scheme I'm going to use. How cute. No, I'm not going to put little alien heads on them. I could, but I don't feel like it. Ooh, then this actually gives me an idea. Uh-oh. I'll have to clean that off. I'm going to do, let's see, do I want to do it this way or do I want to do it? Nah, I want to do it this way. I'm going to do those little drips. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Make him a little fatter. Oh, I like that. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. And we'll have fun, 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 till her daddy takes the table away. Oh, so sad about Dennis Wilson. All my childhood, well, I can't say heroes. They were never really heroes to me, but all my musicians, everything, This one goes somewhere now. I can't remember where. Oh, these are not sticking. And that means that I am going to have to redo them all and use a better adhesive. In the meantime, let's stick you right there and hopefully it won't fall off. Now, okay, so I got lots of this little kind of pinky color. Wish that hadn't fallen back there. I could know which one exactly to pull out. I think it might be this one. Hang on, guys. I think it might be this one. Let's see. No, that's, whoa, way too pink. These are the new pens that I just got, and I'm not real familiar with them yet. And I think this is too dark. Oh, now, wait a minute. The only problem is that it might not be. No, that's okay, these aren't going to make it. These don't have it. and my color chart just fell off onto the floor and I can't get it. I don't even know where, oh, it's way over there. I can't even reach it with my, I have one of those grabby stick things. You know, you put it in your hand and you pull the trigger and it closes and it's magnetic. All people in wheelchairs should have one of those. You drop everything. And then it rolls just far enough where you can't get it with your toes or, you know, whatever. So I have to go somewhere else and get that color. And it's not like I don't have it in here. In fact, let me take a look. That's a little, I don't have to be exact. That's too purple. That's a little pink. Let's try the 723. I can always mix them together. And the 744 is what I can do. Okay. There. Now, this will be my next. Let's put the purple on first and then the pink over it. All right, so what do you want to do here? I want this color, and then we'll get a darker purple. We've got the turquoise. The turquoise is a little darker than this is. And that's a little darker than this is, but that's okay. Well, I've got lighter tones of those too, so I can pop those. So really, I only need this color. I would like to have this color as well. All right. Now, is that 98 or over there, or where is he? Oh, that's him. 1, 2, 3. There he is. That's him right there. Okay. Now, that's a little dark. Okay. So I need to get these two colors in here. Now let me think how I want it. Well, I could do something different. Instead of doing black and white stripes, I could do a color stripe on this. Couldn't I? That's what I may do. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just, you know, hey. There. You'll still be able to see it. You know, because if your things are laying down, see, you can see it. So it'll add to it. This will be nice. This will be fun. It'll still sort of be my signature, but it just won't be black and white. I can stick black and white in there if I have to. See, these little rocks, they're fast for me to do. Which is actually at this point okay, because I really just need to build stock. But they're not as much fun. I like the ones that are a little bit bigger, like these, where I can really get some design going, okay? And this, all right? But I kind of keep those and save those for specials because, first of all, I don't want to carry a bunch of those that size in my purse. I like to keep maybe 10 or 15 in my purse, so when I go somewhere, I have enough to give to people. I want to do that with my bookmarks too, but they're, you know, they're lightweight though, but they'll be a little more bulky. You know, but I like to spend a day or so a week kind of getting my stock up, and I haven't had a day or so on the weeks. I've had very few days where I've been able to do any drawing at all because of all the doctor's appointments and the tests and the procedures. Oh, so, you know, I think that's the worst thing about well, no, there's a lot. Let me tell you something. Getting old is a total indignity. Okay? I'm sorry. We we work hard our whole lives. Well, most of us, not all of us, but we get through our lives, and at the end of it, where you think that, you know, we should be given a little slack and, you know, the real golden years. What a joke. What is the color of Medicare and medical insurance? Not golden years, let me tell you. Not physically, but for me, mentally, emotionally, yes, they're going to be. No matter what, I choose to feel the joy, or whatever you want to say. I'm going to choose to be happy. And that's why my drawing is so important to me. Oh, shoot. Got it. Because even little simple things like this, they give me joy. Just the act of putting the paint down is a pleasure to me. And then at the end of whatever the day or the few hours that you're working or whatever, at the end, you have created something that just did not exist before. You took a bunch of things, pencils, rocks, and you made something pretty or cute or beautiful even. Some of my rocks are really cool, okay? And yes, I do save some for myself. My first ones I ever did, I definitely saved. They're actually some of my favorites still. They were just, I went out in my wheelchair, I live on a dirt road, okay? And dirt is being kind to it. And I went out there in my wheelchair to get rocks because I didn't have any. And I had rocks in my, oh doggone it, I keep missing. I had rocks in my yard, but you know, they're regular old icky rocks. This is the desert. I don't get river rocks out here, all right? I don't get these beautiful round things. And these little guys, these are, actually, this is Santorini rock. All of this. Well, not all of it. This one is. And these are. And I buy that because, number one, it's white. I don't want to spend the extra time and the extra paint to take a colored rock and make it white. Okay, here, if I have white, I have to make it white, all right? And I usually do that on these as well, but, and these also sparkle. There's like little mica crystals in here, so they sparkle. So if I can leave the white open, it's a nice effect, and it's the natural effect of the rock. But these are shaped. Okay, these came off of those tiles that you, those 12 by 12 tiles that you buy in your home to tile your walls. I doubt those are used for floor tiles. They might be, but I wouldn't. You know, there's a bunch of these, all shaped like this. You know, all lined up on the thing, you know, together. But there's enough room in between them to grout. And then they're all glued to kind of a netting. There's an adhesive used for netting. And they're perfect, because they're all exactly the same thickness, which is also perfect. For me, anyway, I like that. And so I just pull them off and then get the adhesive off of them, which is not always the easiest thing to do. That's done. All right, so we got that on there. Oops. Now, I'm going to, you know what? That is definitely pink. That's, well, it's going to dry darker. Let's give it a minute to dry. Okay, we'll let that dry and see how it looks. In the meantime, ooh, I got a chip in one of my nails. I'm going to have to actually touch it up. Yay for acrylic markers. I got it right there. I'll have to try and get that off easy. These can scratch and chip. Well, obviously you can see that it did there. All right, now, no, 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 no. Oh, he rolled all the way back there. Oh, shoot. I have to pick that whole thing up to get my lid. All right, hang on. You just had to do that, didn't you, you piece of junk? All right, here. Everything move over. Here he is. Okay. Yeah. Get these back up here. The reason this one's double height is because these pens have two different colors on them. Okay, instead of two different points, they have two different colors, both with the brush point. So if I wanted the darker side of this, it happens to be, not always is it that way, but on this one it is. All right, now, this is sort of the light of that. What I'm going to do, oh, you're not going to do it. You're not opaque enough to do it, so that won't work. I'll have to try something else. Let's do, not up there. Let's do, oh, I know. I was going to do a circle here. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm going to do this. Shoot. Good. Okay. This, honestly, it calls itself acrylic, but this is so low in pigment. You see that? These are okay, but they're kind of cool in a way. I keep forgetting that they are much more like a watercolor marker here than they are an acrylic marker. See how transparent this is? Of course, you know acrylics are water-based, right? You thin them and clean them with water. So they are watercolors, but they're just a different form of watercolor. And they do have the ability to be impasto, whereas watercolor, well, actually watercolor can too, if you add mediums to it. Although, what is the sense of changing the nature of the medium to something else? Why don't you just, in other words, why take watercolors and make them impasto like acrylics, when acrylics already exist and are much better for impasto techniques? You know what I mean? I think I'm going to do this one because it gives me two. All right? It gives me two different. I have to really get some pigment on there. Fortunately, this is pretty clean and white, so I don't have to keep going over and over it. It'll be a little lighter than, but see, this is drying darker again, which is fine. Let's give that a chance to dry as well. While we're at it, let's see how this works, just out of curiosity. Not madly in love with that. It's also much drier. I must have used this pen a lot for something, because it's considerably drier and the point is bent and used. Happens. It happens. All right, let's put him back. Get in there. There you go. That was too light. Now, That was too light. I'm going in for another pan. I was going to mix those, but I don't think that's going to work. What do I want? Actually, where are you? I think you might be it. Yeah, I think you're closer. These are pretty colors. I need an indigo or a nice dark navy blue for some accents. Would be nice on these. See how quickly it goes when you use the same color theme? Shaking up the paint. There we go. He is too dark. It means the white paint's not coming down yet. So let me give it some more. There's a lot of pigment coming out of there. I hate to waste it. Oh, it's too dark. It's still too dark. I gotta get it. I gotta get that. There we go. I had to get that paint. There we go. Now this is a little darker, but that's all right. It's a little darker than mine. Oh, I don't have to do, I can do 2 different colors inside here too. The only one where I don't have that option is there. That's all right. It's no big deal. All right. So it is definitely different than the side, and it will dry even darker. These are the new, oh wait, no, this is the older set right here, so I'm happy that this is still flowing quite nicely. When they start to get a little low on paint inside the cartridge, they don't fly. They sort of like, you know, you have to keep kind of pumping them. Keep that paint moving down. So a lot of these I've already burned out. I think 1, 2, 3, my favorite colors, you know. Hot pink went first. Sometimes chartreuse goes first. And then, oops, that's okay, that's all right. Get that big bubble out of there. You probably can't see. A big bubble came out of here. Yes, I drew these a little bit bigger than I wanted them because, there we go. And there, and there. That bubble. There, finally got him out of there. There we go. And that was quite a bit of paint. It may take a while for that to dry. Yeah. All right. So it's just fun doing this, you know. They really are very simple designs. They're simple geometric designs. Anybody, seriously, you can do this. Now, the thing that you're probably most worried about is the color palette. That you know, a lot of people are uncomfortable. They're not familiar with colors, picking out palettes, the color palettes, and in other words, a matching group of colors. We call that a color palette, or, you know, color grouping, whatever you want to call it. I think there's a current name people are using. My brain's just not there. You know, you can actually buy boxes of cards that have color palette swatches on them. My God, I could do that forever. Literally sit down and do color swatches for people. Okay? Because that's basically all this is in a design. Here, use these colors. And use them in that ratio type of thing. Because the ratio of a color is part of the balance of a color palette. Some colors you just want a little tiny touch of, and some colors are going to be the main background. You know, like when you design a room, you're going to have, the most color you're going to have is on those walls and ceiling. Okay? So that's your, you know, most people will pick the neutral for that. And maybe one wall is a accent wall or something, which I absolutely hate, but that's personal preferences. Anyway, but they sell boxes of, is this, now wait a minute, I didn't put that color on there. What am I, how very odd. What did I do? I can, oh, well, okay. I have to go back and grab him. Uh-oh, which one was he? This one, I do believe. Yeah. Okay. He didn't work there. That's okay. I usually use black and white there. He is going to have several coats, though. That's all right, but he's just not pigmented enough here. Oh, I like this. I like, I want to do some more that are sort of like pop art sunbursts. I need bigger rocks for that. I did I have it too. It's in the bathroom. I made a series of paper necklaces. They were literally miniature original watercolor paintings, okay? And scenes and abstracts, and you know. And I made a set that was kind of pop art. It was 2 pieces of paper, and then I linked them together so the bottom one kind of swung. It's one of my favorites. I decided to keep it. Actually, I kept a lot of them. I didn't want to give them away. All right. Now, I did use the darker pen here, and I'm going to go over this again. I'm going to give it just a little bit more color oomph. And you know what? This would be perfect right here for that. And I can do it. All right? He might have to dry off a little bit. He may need a little bit more. And I think I've got him right there. And I think what I can do with this one is, I don't think he'll show up enough here. And I would do a stripe down here, but I don't want to keep going over it. It'll get fatter and fatter, and then I'll mess it up. So how about I just do a corner like that? Okay? There. We'll just do a corner. He's not sitting on there so well, is he? All right, I'll dot it. There. Yes, I can. You are right. I have this from my watercolors. Now, pardon the noise. Speeds up the drawing. You got to be careful, though. Because if you dry the top and it's got wet paint under, it can cause a kind of a shrinkage, and then you've kind of wrecked it. It's not completely dry, but that'll speed things up a little bit. I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to use him again. I feel like I'm talking to myself, but you see, even if there's no one in there, which there isn't right now, because 9 o'clock was a stupid time to go live on YouTube, evidently. 9 a.m. The whole point is I can always, people don't know that. They're going to watch it later. Except that I just told them. So this is me talking to myself because I tend to do that anyway. When people live alone for a long time, they tend to talk to themselves a bit. Or their cat, or their dog, or their turtle, or whatever they have. Now, I do want to I keep taking these off because I'm working so close. There. I'm working so close. This glass is getting in my way. I'm going to give this one another coat too. But this one definitely needs it. All right. Now that's good. We'll put him back. I am finie with him. I do believe I am finie with you as well. There he goes. Didn't have to work that hard, did I? All right. And then these go back later. Now, let me look. Cute. Look how cute they look together. I have to find something to match this. I will do that afterwards, though. You don't need to watch me fix my nails. So I do want some lighter colors and some darker colors of these. And that means, I know exactly, 37. Wait, the numbers are under, 41. Here you go. This one is the darker color of that right there. So we're going to use him. Now I want the lighter color of the turquoise. Like that. And I do have that too. Right there. And kind of an aqua. So I can shape those. Now I already have the lighter color of that. That's this. Now this is it. I've got the aqua, I've got that color, I've got this color. Close enough. And then the black and whites. So now we're going to put the accent dots and details on. And then once that's done, the only thing left to do is sign them and seal them. These are already signed here, and so they're ready to be sealed. But I'm not going to sit down and just seal 4 at a time. I'm actually going to do another set, and I may come on later and do another set. I've got, yes, I need one more rock here, and I'm sure I've got one in here. Yeah, I can do a whole nother set. I could do 2 whole other sets. Okay, so here's another set. So that would give me, 8, 12, 16. Oh, these 2. I'm cleaning these off. I absolutely hate. I'll show you later. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. I like this better. So there's 4 here. So there's 8 more that I can do. And then I'm out of rocks. I'm going to have to get some more prepped. That's my most unfavorite part. I am wearing my We're All Mad Here t-shirt. My Cheshire Cat t-shirt. And these are my glasses to match. Well, they're not my glasses to match because those are my glasses. But those are my toppers to match. Is that cool? Pear eyewear. Okay. There's aftermarket toppers for them too. All right. And I bought, gotta get to the eye doctor. I got a pair of clears frames that I'm gonna have my next prescription put in. They'll look better with some of these. But I have little glasses to match all my silly t-shirts and clothes. Oh, I could put some little stars on these though. I'd have to really, really make them itty bitty though. And I don't even think these are tight enough. I wish, no, they don't. The thing, wait a minute, hold on. Where did they go? Come to think of it. Wait a minute, where did they go? Where did they go? I do have a set, but now I don't know where they are. I have a set of colored microns, Pigma microns. Now these are waterproof. They are ink. They are not acrylic, they are ink. So, but these are microns, and I think somewhere they do say that they are light fast. Let's see. Pigment, waterproof, fade proof. Yeah. Okay, fade proof, but it should be sufficient for. Oh my God, I don't know what happened to them. These are not. I wonder if I've got them in one of my kits. I'll have to look. Oh shoot, I could have used those. All right, now I'm going to put my. Ooh. Yes, I am that weak. Shut up. There we go. Sometimes if you don't use them for a while, because they do have a little liquid that can drip down there, and then it'll stick a little bit. And this one looks like it had a little bit of hibernation leakage. There we go. Whoops. Yeah, they have had a lot of heat exposure, unfortunately. Now, here's where I start to put in the details. You know what? Let me see how it's going to look on there. Is it going to be dark enough? I mean, is it going to be light enough? I don't think so. Let me put him here. Yeah, here's better. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do that on this. These are small, and I don't want to get too much detailing going on. It can be too much at certain sizes. Now, I'm going to do you this way. This one is lovely and giving me beautiful thin lines. So it's very, very subtle, which is fine. And then that's interesting. Okay. I'm going to do this one here. I think you're going to have, yeah, I think you all are. I think I'd like to have a double line. I think they're going to I want them a little more opaque, and I want them to show a little bit more. Don't move. Okay, yeah. I would like them to have stayed as light as they are drawing, but I can't control the fact that acrylics dry darker, and I don't have anything lighter. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, but it would never have worked. I do have one of these, but this is the brush pen. And that's just out of curiosity. Let's use him over here and see how fine I can make that. No, not that fine. Let's wait until it dries. It's considerably darker, lighter than these, and it doesn't have as much. In other words, it's got way too much white in it. That's okay. He's holding his own pigment and width-wise, so I'm so far so good. There we go. I think that's better. I think it needed to be a little bit more noticed. That one I'll take care of. Don't worry about it. That's not going to work. But it will work to help lighten this one up. And it, oops. This is where I said it might take a while to dry. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, it got so thick in there when it blopped that's going to have to dry overnight. I wouldn't even get near putting the sealant on that until that's dry. And that has to air dry. Okay, we're good. He can go back in here where he belongs. This one was the dark of that. And we're ready for him now, her now, it now, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so, you know what? I'm going to put that here. And then I'll do little ones here. That's okay. There. Now, what do I want to do with you? I am going to outline you in this. Oops. Fun. Okay. And how about some dots here? Oh. Moved on me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. Okay. Now, do I want dots here like I have everywhere else? I didn't dot that. No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do these this way. Oh, whoops. I got a little sloppy. I may have to touch those up. They got a little, I went down on the curve and they got kind of out of control. And that will drive me nuts. Therefore, I will correct that. All right. There. That did it. Okay. Oops. Oops. Where did you go? Okay, this is the new one, and he goes over here. I just took you out. Oh, no, that's right. I'm sorry. That is where you go. Okay. All right, I need a sip of iced coffee. Mocha. I got these great glasses that look like glass cans, except my hand they kept slipping in my hands. I was afraid I was going to drop the whole damn thing, so I got these little things for it. They even have a little handle on it, which is nice. And they do keep it kind of like semi-insulated. Now, the last thing here, I'm going to put the white. Oh, whoops, you're not white. Good thing I was paying attention, huh? Let's put him back in there. Here he is. I'm cleaning this off in case you wonder what I'm doing over here. I want that point again. The reason why these keep a point, if you clean them like that, is that these are acrylic. Excuse me, yeah. The tips are, they're not felt, they're not a fabric, they're plastic. And they have little tiny, right down at the end of the tip, where it's pointed, are little slits to let the paint in and through. So if you keep them clean. All right, I need black and I need white, and the only way well, you don't. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do black right down there. And then on these sides, I'm going to do the black, like these. Okay. So in black, instead of black and white, we're going to have black and a little kind of light color. Because that was, I didn't get that end done very well, and I really don't want to bring the black, because I put a border right around the edge. I don't want it up that high. This is going to come down. I don't know how I missed that. Okay. There, that's better. That orchid there, he is sticky here too. I wonder what's in him that's making him so sticky. All right. I don't want to do dots. I know what I'll do. I will do white on the outside here. Then I'll do black on the inside. Shoot. Something rough there, and it grabbed him. He did that weird thing, so I'm going to see if I can meet that there. Yeah, I did. I covered it up. Good. Excellent. Okay. Well, this should have been the last thing I did. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do one more coat on this. Ooh, I shouldn't have done it that way. I know better. I'm going to have to cover that. That was a mistake. Fortunately, I can do that with the acrylics. With my paintings, my watercolors, sometimes I can't, and I'm forced to stick with a mistake. It's not it's not so much a mistake as a bad design choice. No big deal. And it is just a rock. Well, at this point we have gotten the main colors down and the design, the basic design in, and the only thing left to do is put in the accents, the details, like the little tiny dots and patterns and lines on the main colors. And then the next thing I do is put my signature striped kind of grid on the side. Now, I may do that because it's really pretty boring to watch. I may do the side grid, black and white grid, later, but I will show you what I do on one of them, at least so you get an idea. And right here, you'll notice that I am just basically putting in black, then white, then black, then white bars along the whole side. And it will help tie in any black accents that I put on the front. I always cap both of the, excuse me, not both of the, I cap those black and white grid pieces or grid drawings by a black line at the top of the design and at the bottom to close it off. At least I do when the pen is properly working. Let me prime this up again here. There we go. He's working out nice and smooth now. And this ought to show you, what the finished grid will look like. Ah, here comes the AC. Yay. It's noisier in the background, but it feels better. Anyway, so you can see this is a pretty tedious part of painting the rocks, but I really like the effect in the end. It gives it a very graphic look, and it is a signature of mine, so that's what I like about it. So I will do it. It doesn't take that long if I'm not piddling around and just yakking away. Of course, it's about this time that my phone usually rings or a text beeps in and makes me jump, and I mess up one of these and have to go back and clean it up. So this is, at least shows you one side, and I'll go all the way around on these, unless I've made a little design change on one or two of them. And then the next thing is we're going to sign and date them and put the web address on them, and they're ready to be sealed up. Ooh, I forgot. I need to put my black accents on the front here, so I'd best do that. I would have noticed that sooner or later. But we'll get those on each one of these. Not too much, just enough for that black and white to be continued on the front and give it that more graphic look. I like to take a look and see how it balances against the white accents that are up front. I don't want the black and white to overwhelm the other color accents. And right here, I need something inside that turquoise. And I haven't made my mind up yet. I will before I get everything sealed up, of course. But for all intents and purposes, these are completed. They just need signatures and some additional accents, and we're done. And here they are, completed magically and ready to be given out to some lucky people.